famous webinar, and we're going to be talking about what I think is one of the major keys to having a successful business. Forget about whether it's a successful online business or offline business, and that is the market research. And very often in the realm of internet marketing and online businesses, that translates poorly, but translates regardless to keyword research. And so people think, oh, I'm going to do all this keyword research, I'll get all these keywords, and I'm going to build a business around that, and away I go. And then many, many times, of course, it doesn't work. It's kind of one of those things where, you know, if you're very lucky, it may work for you, but if you're normal, it won't. And I think it's so important to start off with the market research and then move to the keyword research. And to that end, I've asked my good friend Jim Morris over at nichebot, who is probably one of the world's top market and keyword research people. He's certainly forgotten more about market and keyword research than I've ever learned. And so I'm really delighted to be able to bring him on board and share his knowledge with you today. So thanks for joining us, Jim.
Appreciate being here. It's really exciting and always interesting to help enlighten people about certain things before they end up taking 6 months going, oops, I didn't do that, so now I've got to go back and go do it and then learn it, you know. And it's usually, you know, it's like part of the whole process of learning how to crawl first and then get up and walk, and then once you've done that foundational stuff, you can then run in your business. And you know what I'm saying?
Yep, that's right.
And one of the reasons why I entitled this particular bonus session Market Research is Not Keyword Research, because they are two distinctly different things, and we're going to define that tonight. But not only that, we're going to give steps that people can take immediately and go apply. And quite often what has happened in the marketplace is that people have offered these tools that uncover how many times people search for something. Unfortunately, that is not market research, and there are a lot of people out there and software tool owners, and I'm one myself, but I don't tout this, but others do tout the fact that those keyword research tools are actually market research tools, and I do highly disagree with that, and I'm highly against those things.
Yeah. So why is that? Why is keyword research not the same as market research?
Well, let's get right into it. So real quick, a real quick disclosure. This is copyrighted information. All rights are reserved. I am a professional and I do this for a living. However, I am not offering any sort of legal or accounting advice here. So, you know, if you have anything that you believe may impact your business, please consult your accountant or lawyer. So let's real quickly go over what all we're going to cover so people can see exactly what's in the outline and exactly what we're going to get into. So the first thing we'll cover is what is market research and why it's not keyword research. Next, we're going to pick a type of sales interaction that you want if you don't already have a business chosen, because you do have to check before you get into market research or the kind of market research you want to do, and we'll go through all those. You need to kind of know whether you're going to choose a physical business or a digital business. What kind of business do you want to have? And we'll go into the three main types. Then we're going to go talk about the 5 signs that you may have found a great, abundant marketplace, one that can feed you for 20, 30, 40, 50 years into the future. Then we're going to go through 4 free, powerful ways to locate a marketplace. We're going to actually go into some tools. And then we're gonna go and switch gears. Once we've now know how to locate a marketplace, once you locate that marketplace, we need to find out what keyword research is and how to do it. So we're going to talk about 3 types of keyword research sources and sort of 3 different ways to do keyword research. And then I'm going to give you 2 different directions to dig at keywords, and we'll dig right into that and give you some live demos. And then finally, we're going to close out with we're going to quickly cover the 10 commandments to successful keyword research. And now this is only something you want to apply if you truly want to annihilate the competition. I mean, truly make them irrelevant, sort of like what Stefan Stavrakis said about your competition when you do positioning.
Cool.
So that's everything we're going to cover. So let's get into answering your question, what is market research and why is it not keyword research? So let's find out what is market research. Well, Wikipedia's abbreviated definition of market research is any organized effort to gather information about markets or customers. Now, I didn't hear anywhere in there, correct me if I'm wrong, Scott, there was any mention about gathering keywords in there.
No, but I often thought that was because the definition came before the internet.
Well, yeah, maybe.
But you got the information from the internet, so that really doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Anyways, you're trying to stump me. Anyways, so Wikipedia also states it is a very important component of business strategy, and that's absolutely true because, you know, it's very important because what market you decide to enter online will really determine the level of profitability. Look, if there are only $2 million worth of sales being done in a specific market and it's got a lot of competitors, well, there's not really much revenue there. But if you're entering a $1 billion market, that's a whole different thing, right?
That's right. It's totally different.
And the crowd of people your message is prepared for will also determine the level of profitability. Now, we encountered this in Stefan Stavrakis' webinar on positioning. Remember? Who we talk to and the type of message we are putting out there. All this is going to be uncovered by the market research that we do. And that's why basically market research is not the same as keyword research, because you're looking at what type of keyword phrases to get in front of with keyword research, whereas market research, we're looking to basically focus on the size of the markets, the competitors, the profile of the audience, and of course the viability of entering the market to begin with. So we need to first, if you don't have a marketplace, we need to kind of pick one. You need to understand what there is out there for you in the online arena. And especially if you're going to be using podcasts to refer people to your website or what have you. So you need to choose there's basically about 3 sectors to move commerce through online. And basically that's one, you've got physical sales, where it's the typical e-commerce store that, you know, is going to ship physical goods to an address. You know, you buy vitamins from an Amazon store or an affiliate Amazon store, and they ship you the product, you pay for the goods. Then there's
a book.
Exactly, or a book. And of course what's now becoming more popular nowadays with the proliferation of mobile devices and with the iPhone and with the iPad, we've got digital sales like software, ebooks, you know, music, subscriptions, memberships, all that type of stuff is what is another totally different sector. And then you've got another sector of sites basically that does affiliate sales. They are basically they have found a merchant in either the first sector or the second sector to represent, and they create a content site, and they either get, they get a commission for making sales of a particular product. Now, I have not covered in here Google AdSense and CPA offers, but that's basically the same typical thing. You're just trading your traffic, your content for a cut of the action, which is basically affiliate sales. Wouldn't you agree, Scott?
Yeah. It certainly falls in the same sort of category if that's what you want to do. And I often look at affiliate sales as I want to be the salesman for a company, right? I mean, you've got IBM or Xerox, the copier salesman going around to businesses trying to make a sale.
Correct.
And that person really doesn't create the product or anything else, and they just sell it. So an affiliate is really just a salesperson for a particular company. And the nice thing about affiliates is you can send a lot of traffic and to different places and sell your customer over and over and over again if you do it right. Right.
And, there's a lot less obligation here. And, in fact, I mean, versus the traditional salesman who usually has to go sort of wine and dine, make cold call sales, and try to get through the gatekeeper. In this particular instance, you really almost don't even have to, if you have picked the right merchant who has a really good sales process, and unfortunately it takes time to uncover that, you can actually not have to really even write that much copy to warm up, which is really all you have to do as an affiliate person, is to warm the customer up, get them excited about the product before you send them to the sales page. And then hopefully, and this is what your most important focus is when you're trying to work with merchants, is finding a merchant that has a high closing rate for that particular marketplace.
Yeah.
Okay. So really at this point you want to figure out and decide on the level of interaction you wish to encounter in the online world. Obviously there's a lot less interaction, there's a lot less handling of customer service with affiliate sales. You're just basically taking care of, you're just a middleman. You're putting the customer together with the merchant. And once you get into sector number 1 and sector number 2, you're now inheriting all the hassles of a traditional business, like having an accounting department to take care of sales coming in through a merchant account, PayPal stuff, customer service, returns, refunds, that sort of stuff. And just and if you're not well prepared for it, and if you don't have a good business experience, and it can be overwhelming.
Well, I actually want to talk to that too, Jim, because you make a very good point. I wrote a sales letter for a software programmer, and it was the second program that he had written, piece of software that he had written. When he sold the first piece of software, which was his flagship product, he made $5,000 sales in the first week or two, and then it dropped down, and he was making, I don't know, $100 a day, or selling 1 or 2 or 3 a day, sort of thing like that.
Okay.
Which was very easy for him to support. And he was talking to Mike Filsame, and Mike said, "This is a terrible sales letter. Who wrote it? Did you write it?" "Yeah, it was awful." And Mike said, "Go talk to me, Scott, and go talk to Scott and let him help you out." So he said, "Well, I've got this other product I want to launch, and so can you write the sales letter for me?" And I said, "Sure." And in a week, that sales letter did $150,000. And as you can imagine, for the next 8 months, that poor guy his head never came above water, because he had thousands of customer service questions and issues and bugs that he didn't know about, and just went on and on and on. And so he was happy to make all those sales, and then he realized that you make the sale, it just doesn't stop, right? Everybody has questions, and everybody wants a little bit of your time, and and everything else. And it was a real eye-opener for him because he had no help desk set up. He just had an email. So he would be getting hundreds and hundreds of emails every day. Just imagine getting 100 emails from your customers that you have to answer in some way, shape, or form. You know,
it's impossible for one person. And I mean, I can vouch for that as someone who has personally probably responded to around over 6,000 support tickets over the last 5 years.
Yeah.
I can tell you, I can maybe only handle 30 to 40 tickets. And some of these, I mean, sometimes the support tickets are not simple answers, you know.